issues and problems that I go through. Sometimes I can't sleep at night. If I had my face, heaven would be, it wouldn't be the worst thing that I ever did. It's the hell world that we're living in. James 2:10, I said it's a sin. Don't look at me immediately and whisper behind my back, thinking I'm naive. It's my stubborn hospitality. Tolerate more beers than even I can believe. There's an outcast in everybody's life, and I am her. There's a dark cloud in everybody's sunlight, and I am her. There's a shadow in everybody's front door, and I am her. On generations I've known, and it ironic, the smarter we get, the less we understand about the simplest shit. I am ashamed, she is me, we get down with our bad selves, figuratively. Don't care too much what other people say, I get along swell by my goddamn self. Never ask for no one's philosophy. It's obvious.
Have you ever been to
podcast? Thanks for tuning in. I should no longer allow negative thoughts or feelings to drain me of my energy. Instead, I should focus on all the good that is in my life. I will think it, I will feel it, and speak it. By doing so, I will send out vibes of positive energy into the world, and I should be grateful for all the wonderful things it will attract into my life. And I wanted to give you guys a fact. According to a 2021 study by Human Rights Watch, only 21 states prohibit gender identity discrimination in employment and housing, leaving transgender people in many states vulnerable to mistreatment. Enjoy the podcast.
Drama with
Roma, gaga, ooh la la, what's your romance?
OTR Premium.
Alrighty. Welcome to Queens of Queens podcast. My name is LaShawn. I go by Lee. I'm a no label transmale from Cleveland, Ohio. Today we're going to be talking about the difference between transmale and transfemale. Give y'all answer some questions, give y'all some facts about trans. This is a good topic, especially nowadays.
Very good topic.
I know trans is like fresh. It's not new, but it's like kind of fresh to a lot of people, and we fight for a lot with trans. So it's gonna be a very good topic. I think this gonna be probably one of the longest ones, just so I can give y'all a more, not more, but a better understanding of trans males and trans females, like things we go through and stuff like that. But before I get started on that, just want to remind y'all to be respectful, non-judgmental to anyone on the podcast. Y'all know it was supposed to be the guest podcast that's going to be postponed to the 11th of January, so make sure y'all tune in there. Hopefully we have 2 more guests on there. I got one, but he got caught in the work, so you know how that go. Gotta take care of work. That's what pays the bills, so you can't complain about that. But make sure y'all following us on each platform. Everything is posted on there. Like if we postponing something, if we got something going on that we might want y'all to participate in. I do got something, but I'm gonna talk about that at the end. Y'all got any questions, just hold me to the end and I'll answer them then. We just gonna get started.
Alright, thanks everybody for tuning in. Black transgender women are particularly at risk for gender identity discrimination with employment and mistreatment. Between 2016 and 2021, at least 88% of transgender people killed in Florida were people of color. In Texas, it was 90%, and in Ohio, it was 91% of transgender victims were people of color.
That's crazy.
Most of the time it's because people are still unsure who they are dealing with transgender females and males, and they don't want to be labeled or made fun of. So anytime they feel that something could get out and ruin their life or anything, their reputation, they do criminal act.
Shouldn't even leave it to that.
And so, tell me about a trans male.
So a trans male is basically a female it's a female that's assigned that sex when they born, and they identify as a male now. So like for a trans male, they would be female to male. It'd be FTM. If y'all see the acronyms, nowadays everybody shorten their words. So when y'all see people say FTM, that's female to male.
What about female, trans female?
And that for trans female, it would be person who is assigned male at birth, but they live their identity as female. So they acronym would be MTF, which is male to female.
Give me some side effects of transitioning from male to female.
So some of them is a rise in the cholesterol, which may increase heart problems. That one supposed to go for female. And that one is too. The changes in a sex drive. That's a male. I don't know why I put that one right here. Wait. No, that's right. Decreased muscle mass, fewer erections, changes in the sex drive. They sex drive might be less than what it was or more than what it was. Males, they have testicles, so theirs is going to be smaller. The thinning of facial hair and body hair, because y'all know females don't have as much body hair or facial hair as males. So those would be some of the side effects of it.
So what would be some side effects of female to male?
Those would be, like I said, the rise in the cholesterol is for both, which could increase heart problems. It really depend on like your what is it called? Like if it run in your family. Acne, the clitoral discomfort, because when you transitioning from female to male, your clitoris is enlarging, and it's like it turns into like a penis down there. Headaches, including migraines. Some people can have hair thinning or male pattern baldness, and some people some female to male hair, actually their hair growth is probably more. Like if you got a family that don't really got no baldness, you're gonna have a lot more hair growing in versus the people that got family members with baldness in their family. They gonna experience like less likely to have like hair, or they might be like have like bald spots in certain places.
Do trans males have periods?
That's a yes or no. It all depends on the amount of testosterone you are taking and how long you've been on testosterone. Everybody's body is different. Like some people's stuff can go away like within the first few shots. Some people's stuff take months. It all depends on your body. So it's a yes and no. And then like if you're not taking testosterone like you supposed to, your periods can't start back. Like if you go without the shots or whatever type of testosterone you're on, if you go without it for like months or even like years, it'll start coming back.
So what's the process of transitioning?
So the first process is exploring your gender identity. So basically like making sure you know what you getting yourself into, because a lot of the stuff is non-reversible. Talk to your doctor. Basically like seeing what they think you should do before you start, so that way all the medication, and if you decide to get any surgeries or anything, like it don't be too major on you. Talk with your therapist. Most times your doctor gonna refer a therapist, because with most surgeons, they require a letter from a professional person like a therapist. Mostly a therapist. It can be your doctor, but most surgeons want it from the therapist. It's basically like giving them the okay that you your health is there, like up to date, and like it ain't nothing you just trying to do just to do. making sure your insurance company covers it, because most insurance companies don't cover it. So if you don't have the insurance, you got to pay for it. So you got to make sure you have that money ahead of time before trying to schedule an appointment. But if you do got insurance, you can go ahead and schedule an appointment with your surgeon. That's basically going to be scheduling, you're going to be scheduling your pre-ops, your post-ops, your consultation, everything, just to get everything in place, ask the surgeon questions, what type of surgery they gonna be doing, because it's different types, and basically getting all the information before going forward with it. And then once that happens, you can schedule a surgery. If you out of town, you got to make sure you're around 3 days before to be settled down and have someone with you, because when you're doing the surgeries, then you get no anesthesia, so they're not about to let you dry yourself. You got to make sure you have somebody with you, at least have somebody with you, or have somebody pick you up once you're done, and make sure you just attending all appointments. That's really it.
What is it like to transition and live as a trans person?
So for me, I'll say it's a wonderful transition into the body that fits my personality and fit what I identify as. It's a beautiful feeling to be able to express and be comfortable inside my correct body. A lot of trans don't feel comfortable being in a female body, having female parts and dealing with the female problems, that don't fit them. So sometimes it can discourage them, and if they doing the transitioning and getting the surgeries and everything, they gonna feel better in their body, and it's gonna make them live more comfortable.
What would be considered rude and polite in the trans community?
So something rude is making assumptions about a transgender person's sexual orientation, using the wrong pronouns, or asking a real name. Something polite would be respecting their identity, understanding their decision, and being non-judgmental.
There's a lot of things that people say that they don't know if offensive to another transgender people, non-binary people, whatever your sexual orientation is. So it is only right that if you don't know someone, you make sure that you approach them in a proper manner to know who they are instead of assuming what you see. So, like they say, you can't judge a book by its cover.
Yeah, that's for me, it's I always have people ask, no matter where I'm at, most when I started doing working at the stadium, most of my co-workers, they was what do you want to be, what are your pronouns, or what do you want to be called? And then they be they ask that so they don't disrespect you. So if they do ask that, it's better off you tell them than them trying to assume it. That way they know that you done told them what you want to be called and what your pronouns are, so they respect that. I had a lot of people at my job ask me that, they ain't know what to say, so they was they had asked me what you want your pronouns to be, or what do you want to be called? And then some people in my family asked that, they asked that, one of my cousins had asked, because a lot of, since I was young, a lot of people called me Lily, so they was dude, can we still call you that, or you want us to call something else? to me, for Lily, it ain't nothing wrong with that. Because, it could be a boy named Lily, too. Lily is spelled a different way. And to me, that's like a unisex nickname for real. So, like, make sure y'all don't know how to say it. Just like, you can always say Mr. or Mrs., whatever their last name is. And then you can say that all the time, or you can ask them what they pronouns, what pronouns they prefer, or what name they prefer. A lot of people don't use their first name because they don't want that name. Like, yeah, they remember what the name is and they know the memories of it, but that's not something they use. That it basically to them, like, that name to them is dead.
And basically, like, it's just like when you fill out an application for anything, they'll ask you that, Mr., Mrs., they ask you stuff like that. So, I mean, even as a person, you should always make sure that you are addressing somebody by who they are, who they say that they are, not choosing to go beyond what you think you know.
Yeah, then you can always, like, for trans males and trans female, those that are, you can always, like, be ahead of the game and go in and, like, tell them, like, if you already comfortable with saying, like, saying right off the wall, like, what your pronouns are and what name you prefer to be called, you can always go in ahead of time and tell them, like, what you want to be called and what your name is. Like, I know some jobs, they ask you what name you prefer on there. Like, you going to work at Walmart, I know they do it. It depends on what family dog you work at. I know the ones in Georgia, they very big on that. Like, they ask you what name you want. Like, when I worked in Georgia, I was a ASM, that's an assistant manager. So the person I worked under there, she asked me what I wanted to put on my name. I had Lee on my badge. And then when I worked at Walmart, I had LaShawn. So, there's some jobs out here that do care about our community and they do care about our feelings. So, just, like, try to be patient with them as well, because, it's a learning experience. Especially if you don't put that you male and you put female. So, they gon' use the she, her, hers. If you not telling them anything, they can't really just, like, read your mind or anything. But, it's some people out here that will ask, and there's some that don't. But it's always a correct way of correcting people as well.
So what questions would you mind being asked about being transgender?
So for me, I don't know. I don't really have no specific questions. I just rather you ask the questions and don't assume anything, because that's when, like, things go wrong. Like, a lot of people's feelings can get hurt. People can, like, misread something that you saying. Like, it could be a understanding thing or a communication
or
thing.
Knowledge at all.
Yeah, like, if you new to somewhere, they not gonna know all of that right off the bat unless you telling them. But as they go along, they get better at it. Like I was saying before, with me, it's certain people I still let call me those pronouns only because it's like they gotta work into it, because it's like we just coming around each other, or it's something I know it's gonna take them a while for, like I was saying with my mother, I know it's gonna take her a while, because y'all know what Alzheimer's is. It's a memory thing, so you gotta keep reminding some people of your pronouns or what you want to be called. Like, just like a boundary thing.
True. What does it mean to be trans?
Alright, so to be trans means you are identifying as a different sex than what you are assigned at birth, you'll be comfortable and have confidence to let people know what it is and what it's not. Like, I know it's a lot of trans out here that's comfortable, and it's a lot of trans out here that's not comfortable. It's mainly because, like, you know, some people have that support and help where they can go ask people questions or get information, and some people don't. So, you know, some situations are win-win, some situations it's a win-lose. Like, everybody learning something new. Everybody got something to work on, so, you know.
That's true. Alright, facts about trans lives. Trans people have always been around. We're often overlooked or erased in history, and language has changed. But there are countless examples of trans people throughout history, and that is true. And one thing I've learned about the industry, as far as like a lot of actors and singers and a lot of famous people, there's a lot of people in the LGBTQ community. There's a lot of people that is trans, female, transmale, and it's not disclosed to us because this is who they are. They gotten over how they were born into the world, and things on that level. They may have changed their appearance, their names, and sometimes they don't feel it's necessary to just be like, oh, I'm transgender to the world, but in a personal life, people know, you know, but you go always, it's not like it's hidden. Because a lot of people, if you Google them, you will find that out. You know, it's not like they ashamed. It's just sometimes it keep the commotion down in your life from negative situations that would mess with a transgender mind to make them feel like maybe they made the wrong decisions, maybe this ain't cool, or, you know, all the things that they shouldn't think. Mm-hmm. Because we as human beings can't help the way that we feel, the way we love, or just any emotional state that comes amongst us, because it's just feelings that comes along the way. You know, and it goes based upon how you was raised and how people treated you in your life. You know, but one thing for sure, two for certain, always be sure about who you are. It doesn't matter if anybody don't accept you, long as you accept yourself. And trust, a lot of people will love you more for accepting yourself. Never be ashamed. And we're going to play a couple songs for y'all, and we'll get right back with y'all. Thanks for tuning in.
Some other shit. Y'all ain't ready for this. Straight man, I'm a trans man. Everything is great, damn. I just want some good head and my rape band. Get a fade and relax, then parade back. Yo, I got some gay friends, they just wanna dance. Picked up some girls, they don't know I'm trans. Yeah, I'm transgender, and it ain't fair. Strippers grabbing on my dick, but it ain't there. Yo, I got a hot wife. Wonder if she thought twice. Hope not, cause she's all I got in life. FTM, I'm testosterone heavy. A fetish for many binge sins like spaghetti, but the pain I wasn't ready. I got the hydro penny, syringe in my belly. Now my face got hair, so dysphoria can't get me, but my hips still there. So euphoria ain't with me, but my chick's still scared that my demons come and get me. Yeah, I'm trans, what's up? Puberty hit me like a truck. Couldn't wait to grow up till I grew tits. fuck, my soul cries, tell me it's all lies. Transition so I can look my reflection in the eyes. I have nothing to hide, it was only do or die. Fuck your whole opinion, I don't give a shit about your life. FTM brotherhood, I got you like a brother should. You put that chin up in the air and you keep it up there for good.
Wasn't born like this, so I made my own way. Couldn't tell the difference, you probably trying too hard. Ladies love me anyway, want a piece of this. We just FTM and there one minute, but a man today. Wasn't born like this, so I made my own way. Couldn't tell the difference, you probably trying too hard. Ladies love me anyway, want a piece of this. We just FTM and there one minute, but a man today.
I only wish I didn't start so late. Why am I the great debate? Your kindness is underrated. Most days I want to run away. Feel the rain another day, another song, another J. If only he could hear my pain, maybe I would keep your this vest on my chest. Fucking binder got me vexed. You could call my dead name, but you won't get a text. Hear him say that he's bad. Rotten apple, I'm just sad, cause I grew up nomad way before it was a fad. All my kings give him rings if he fought for sobriety. Call me a crybaby, fuck needles, I got anxiety. I'm trans vibing, we come in all varieties. Heart throbbing men with fine ass bodies. Round the globe anthem, haters can't stand them. Ladies in tandem, heal transphobes at random. Shout out if you still alive, 41% don't survive. Transgender suicide, literally do or fucking die. Stay with me,
Wasn't
gang.
born like this, so I made my own way. Couldn't tell the difference, you probably trying too hard. Ladies love me anyway, want a piece of this. We just FTM and there one minute, but a man today.
Going over transfemale and transmale, the side effects of transitioning, the process, and being rooted polite in the trans community. We were talking about the pronoun before we went on break and get back to that. And then on another fact, trans adults started off as trans children. It goes without saying that all trans adults started off as children. The Metro Youth Chances Report 2014 found that 2 in 5 trans young people aged 16 to 25 realized that they were trans when they were age 11 or under. One major difference today in comparison to 20 years ago is that there are more openly trans people, meaning that trans children and young people realize that they aren't alone in their feelings, in which no one should ever feel alone, because someone out there had been through the same similarities as you. The only difference is your journey may have different obstacles, ups and downs and turns, but there's always somebody out there fighting a battle just as well. Tell me about the pronoun thing. How does this thing?
So if you don't know the pronoun, like I was saying, ask, like Mr. or Mrs., whatever their last name is, ask them what their pronouns, what are their pronouns, or what pronouns do they prefer, because you don't want to say the wrong thing. So, like I was saying, just like, all you got to do is just like, most trans gonna tell you, if you say she, they gonna come up front and tell you, like, that's not what they prefer. They prefer he, him, his. That's what a lot of trans that's transitioning prefer. Even if they don't like label themselves as just a trans, because it's multiple labels under trans. So just being respectful about what pronouns they prefer and what pronouns they don't prefer.
So for me, a pure example would be me being at work and I'm interviewing a person. But when I look at the application, the name that I see to me could be a male name.
Right.
And even when they filled out their information, they may have put female. But I also see a male name, so when I get ready to interview this person, the first thing I would do was ask, like, Mr. and Mrs. such and such, or how would you like for me to address you? You know, that's the reason why we saying it's good to ask, because some things is based off of what you see. And if you judge a book by its cover, or you come disrespectful, then you can trigger somebody. You can trigger them into depression, you can trigger them into anything that might cause them to react from the PTSD level, because when you are transitioning, that is something you're going to go through. You're going to go through ups and downs within your mental and everything. You can be sure about what you're doing, but the transition and with the medicine and things like that will see you through things. But you have to be strong and just know that the sun don't last forever. What issues are trans people fighting for?
So some of them is discrimination, the stigma, harassment, equality, lack of legal protection, poverty, violence against trans people, and identity documents.
And violence against trans people is crazy. And it's like people punishing people because of how comfortable they feel as being who they feel like they want to be.
Mm-hmm.
And I say this a lot because it's been going on for years. You can't even be outspoken without a person wanting to aggress you if you say something that hurt their feelings and you being truthful. You know, so you have to learn how to say things, but at the same token, nobody shall be punished for having an opinion and feeling the way that they feel. Like, if you a person that don't want to deal with transgender people, you don't have to. But you don't have to be rude. You don't have to be funny. You know, you don't have to make them feel uncomfortable. Because you wouldn't want anybody to do that to you. You know, and as tough as a lot of people act, they had their moments where things get to them. And words do hurt. Words definitely hurt. And you can say things to people that will make them go back into time when they first started going through things and didn't feel comfortable. Even if they built themselves up, it's called a trigger. So, what influenced trans to make the decision with the surgeries?
Majority of the trans people choose surgery so that the body parts fit their identity and help better their confidence within themselves.
So for me, I couldn't look at a trans person and be mad because they chose to get surgery. You got women out here that's getting surgery to have a bigger butt, bigger boobs, to boost their confidence. So who am I to judge a trans? We go get our nails done. We go get lashes. We are changing ourselves for confidence.
Right.
So it's only fair that they feel as comfortable as we want to feel. Because when we step outside into the world, we want to feel great. Mm-hmm. So I judge them for wanting to feel the same way.
True.
So when was it that you figured that you were trans?
Well, for me, I always wanted to be one of the boys. Like, I never really like girly clothes or like doing like girly stuff. Like when I was young, I always, y'all know, when you play house, it's always those roles. And for me, it was like I ain't never play the mama. I always wanted to play the dad or the brother or, you know, the son or whatever. Alright. I was never really big on anything girly, like, I don't know, I guess it's just like the stuff that happened, because, you know, some stuff happen in people and it change how they feel about themselves, and like a lot of people make them don't want to be something or don't want to do something particular.
Making them feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And then some people do make people feel uncomfortable because they see the confidence people have in themselves. And they don't have that. So they let that and they looking at you like, why you got that? And your situation ain't better than mine, but I'm more happy in who I am and knowing who I am and knowing that I'm going to get past this.
Right.
So there's no point in me being mad at you for being sure about who you want to be or what you want to do, and knowing that you can accomplish that challenge for yourself.
Right.
So, do people often question trans sexuality when you say you're trans?
Some people do experience that in different places because people feel like they can judge us, or and they feel like we don't belong in like certain places. Like, you know, some trans might experience it when they use in the restroom. You know, a lot of trans don't get all the surgeries right away. So like with bottom surgery, it's not gonna make a difference for them to go into the male restroom if they don't got the male part. Like, I don't know. I feel like for me, I'm still going to the women's restroom because that's what bathroom best fits what I have down there. Like, so, a lot of people experience it. Trans, like, people experience stuff in that way. It can be when people try to tell you somebody you not, like, telling you that you a girl when you know what you was born as, but that's not what you identify as. So, like, calling somebody the wrong pronouns, they go through that. Like, that offend people.
True. So, what do you identify as?
For me, I just identify as a no label trans. Like, I don't want to really be attached to any label for real. Like, I just want to feel comfortable and be confident within myself. And you know, a lot of trans males, like, they date different labels, so it wouldn't really, like, certain labels don't really fit to every trans. Like, for me, I know I date every label minus, like, males that's actually born with it. Like, I don't date those, but, you know, I date, like, studs, stems, femmes. I done talk to trans males, non-binary people. So, I really don't give myself a label.
Yeah, ain't nothing like being free.
Right. The best
You
way.
gotta box your stuff in. Should explore life. I mean, to the best of your ability. If everybody thought like that and didn't just put themselves in a box and just enjoy living, like, that's, as long as you loving and living and being happy, it doesn't matter.
Right.
Everybody not gonna be happy because you happy, you know? Tell me what are some hurtful things that are said to people in the trans community?
Some things that been said is like, you don't look transgender, or what were you born as? Did you get the surgery? Why are you destroying your man/womanhood? You ruining your body. the Bible says transgender people are an abomination. Like, I don't know. A lot of people, some people is judgmental and some aren't. Like, I know I had, like, when I was about to get my top surgery, I had the pastor of my grandpa church, my grandpa and my dad church. He was like, you don't need to get the surgery. I don't need you telling me what I need to do. As long as my parents and the people that support me happy and I'm happy, that's all that really matters. Like, I got enough support. I don't need you telling me what I don't need to do. Like, this ain't your body. This ain't your life. You don't gotta live it, so why you worried about what I'm doing?
Yeah, it shouldn't even matter because he ain't gotta walk around with you.
Right.
You know? So, I mean, that was what you did to be comfortable with yourself and have the confidence that you wanted to have. So, if that's what makes you happy, then you shall be able to do what you want. What is the biggest misconception you want to dispel?
So I said, we didn't ask to be here for nobody to like us. We are here to live our life just like you live yours. Respect me just like you want respect, because that can go a long way. You don't have to be judgmental towards us. That is not our mission. We deserve the same thing you deserve, and we are all looking for ways to be successful in our own way.
Has anyone or anything ever made you feel like you're not trans enough or you're not being who you're supposed to be?
For me, it was, it didn't feel good because people don't care for themselves sometimes, and they don't show the affection for transgender people. It don't matter if you're transfemale or transmale. Like, a lot of people don't really be caring for us. Like, they feel like we shouldn't get the same respect they do, or they feel certain ways. Like, for the males, a lot of males be feeling like offended. It ain't our fault that the women is attracted to us, or we do something better than what you do. It's based off of your own self or what you doing. Like, we can't help what these females or women think or want to do. Like, we don't force nobody to be with us or none of that. They choose their own decisions and everything, so I don't be understanding it.
A lot of the times, God, we done did stuff to people for them to revert that way, or sometimes that's just what it is,
Yeah.
But nobody can blame nobody. We are human. We all deserve to be loved with the equal amount of respect we want the next person to give. So no matter how you dress, how you talk, how you choose to look, which way you walk, drive, sing, whatever, jump for joy, you shall be treated with the same respect a person will want you to give them, and still love, because we are all still humans with the equal rights to have feelings and emotions and to speak what's on our mind. We shall not be punished because this is the way I want to be. If God wanted everybody to be the same, everybody would have been the same.
Mm-hmm.
We are equally different for a reason. Everybody should be accepted. If this is something you don't want to be around, you have that right. Don't put yourself in there to be angry or be jealous or envious. If you don't like something, don't be around it. But let people be and live and be happy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, why is it that some transgenders don't let it be known that they are trans?
Well, some don't let it be known because they are afraid of what somebody might do to them or say to them that might make them suicidal. Some of them are scared of being judged. With the work history, not a lot of companies hire transgender, or they try to discriminate in the position. Like they might hire them, but it might not be for the position that they want. So, you know, it's different stuff.
Trans people face high levels of harassment and discrimination. Despite improved acceptance of trans people in society, trans people still face high levels of harassment and discrimination. 51% of trans people have hidden their identity at work for fear of discrimination. Nearly 7 in 10 trans young people have been subjected to death threats at school. I'll play a song, go with me right back to Troy.
Caught up in the middle of society's riddle, who I'm supposed to be. Boy, girl, how do I decide my identity? No more time for living a lie. These battle lines I'm hidden behind. I'm an army of one, marching along, fighting for my life. In the dark of the night, there's nowhere to run, no place left to hide. I'm a warrior inside, just a soldier made to fight the civil war, civil war, civil war, civil war, civil war. Suited up for battle, enemy inside. Another version of me. All this armor for protection is weighing me down, suffocating me. An old disguise, no longer mine. It's do or die. It's my time to rise. I'm an army of one, marching alone, fighting for my life. In the dark of the night, there's nowhere to run, no place left to hide. I'm a warrior inside, just a soldier made to fight the civil war, civil war, civil war, civil war. Call a ceasefire, I can't find anymore for who I used to be. I'm letting go of the fear that controlled me and set myself free. I'm an army of one, marching alone, fighting for my life. In the dark of the night, there's nowhere to run, no place left to hide. I'm a warrior inside, just a soldier made to fight the civil war, civil
As is the case with the wider population, different trans people have different sexual or romantic orientations. Trans men can be straight, gay, bi, ace, or identify their orientation in another way. Trans women can be straight, lesbian, gay, bi, ace, or identify their orientation in a different way. Non-binary people can be attracted exclusively to men, women, non-binary people, or they could be bi, ace, or identify their orientations in another way too. Before 1971, trans people had some access to gender recognition. Sir Ewan Ford changed the sex on his birth certificate in the 1940s, announced his name in the newspaper, and legally married his wife. His cousin challenged the change for reasons of inheritance, but the judge ruled in Evans' favor. However, things changed in 1971 when April Ashley's husband had their marriage annulled because he claimed that she was a man because of being trans. Trans people in the UK were then left without access to gender recognition until the introduction of the Gender Recognition Act in 2004. Most trans people are happy that they transition. Most trans people are happy, and 99% of trans have no regrets about undergoing gender confirmation surgeries. A tiny minority of people do detransition and might do so for a number of reasons, including family or societal rejection. You got anything you want to add?
I just want to go over some risks for male to female and female to male, like with stuff that happens once they transition. So, like for male to female, it says research has found that feminizing hormone therapy can be safe and effective when delivered by a healthcare provider with expertise in transgender care. Like I was telling you, I talked to a healthcare provider that's like your doctor about questions or concerns you have regarding the changes that will happen in your body as a result of feminizing hormone therapy. So like we was talking about some of the risks earlier. These are some more that for male to female. It's a blood clots in a deep vein or in the lungs, heart problem, I don't know what that word. High levels of potassium in the blood, high levels of hormone, prolactin in the blood, nipple discharge, weight gain. That can happen with female to male too, the weight gain. Infertility, high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, and a stroke.
So it's always good to make sure that you know about your family background and things that runs in your genetic history and things like that, so you can know where these risks come from.
Right. Feminizing hormone therapy typically begins by taking the medicine Spreaker. It blocks the male sex hormones receptors, also called androreceptors. This lowers the amount of testosterone the body makes. About 4 to 8 weeks after you start taking the spironolactone, you begin taking the estrogen. I know for females, they gotta start taking theirs in the hospital before they can even take their stuff at home. For trans males, we can take ours at home right away. My sister had started that. She was like, she had to take her first few shots. They gave her first few shots before she started getting it at home. Estrogen can be taken several ways. It can include a pill and a shot. There also are several forms of estrogen that are applied to the skin, including cream, gel, spray, and patch. It is best not to take estrogen as a pill if you have a personal or family history of blood clots in a deep vein or in the lungs, a condition called venous thrombosis. Another choice for feminizing hormone therapy is to take, I don't know what that is. It's some type of hormone for analogs. It will lower the testosterone in your body. So that's for males that's transitioning to females. After you begin the therapy, you'll notice some changes. For male to female, is fewer erections and a decrease in ejaculations. They say that can begin 1 to 3 months after treatment. The full effect will be after 3 to 6 months. Less interest in sex. That can happen in both, I think. They say it begin 1 to 3 months after you start the treatment, and the full effect will be within 1 to 2 years. Slower scalp hair loss, which can begin in 1 to 3 months after. The full effect will happen 1 to 2 years. Everybody looking at a timeline of when stuff is going to place. So, if y'all paying attention, it's giving y'all the timelines of everything. Breast development is 3 to 6 months after their treatment. The full effect will be within 2 to 3 years. Softer, less oily skin, which begin in 3 to 6 months, and that can be when y'all see the full effect as well. Smaller testicles will be 3 to 6 months after. The full effect will be 2 to 3 years. Less muscle mass, that'll begin in 3 to 6 months, and the full effect is 1 to 2 years. More body fat will be 3 to 6 months as well, and that's 2 to 5 years for the full effect. And less facial hair and body hair growth will be 6 to 12 months, as well as the full effect. For female to male, research has found that masculizing hormone therapy can be safe and effective when delivered by a healthcare provider as well. Basically the same thing they were saying with the male to female. Some of their complications is weight gain, acne, developing male pattern baldness. That's if it run in your family. I know for me it don't. I've been growing hair a lot everywhere. Sleep apnea, that's definitely that didn't play the major part of mine. I told y'all the rise in cholesterol, which may be a risk of heart problems. So like she was saying, make sure y'all know y'all family history, medical family history, and what runs in it. High blood pressure, making too many red blood cells, type 2 diabetes, blood clots, infertility, y'all should know that. Drying and thinning of the lining of the vagina, pelvic pain, discomfort in the clitoris. Mostly every trans start taking some type of medicine to transition. And for female to male is you got to take testosterone. They start you off with, most doctors don't start you off with a low dosage, depending on your levels. That's where they would do. They test your levels to see where you at and what they need to give you to get you to the male levels. It's given through a shot, also called as an injection or a gel, or you can use the patch that's applied to the skin. Other forms may be, what the hell is the pellets? I ain't never knew they had no pellets. You're talking about the testosterone pellets placed under the skin. A prolonged action injection or capsule taken twice a day. I know with the patch, I think you gotta do the patch once a day. And y'all know most people take the shots because that's what they tell you is most effective is the shots for female to male. After taking that, menstrual stop. That's 2 to 6 months. It's starting treatment. It really can just depend on your body. For me, it stopped right away, so I ain't even have to worry about a tune or none of that. Mine stopped right away. Your voice deepens 3 to 12 months after you stop. You start taking it. The full effect is 1 to 2 years. For facial and body hair, you begin that in 3 to 6 months. The full effect will be 3 to 5 years. Body fat is redistributed. That started within 3 to 6 months. The full effect would be 2 to 5 years. Clitoris becomes larger and the vaginal line thins and becomes drier. That's a 3 to 12 months. The full effect will happen in 1 to 2 years. I don't know about that. Muscle mass and strength increases. This says 6 to 12 months, and the full effect is 2 to 5 years. If menstrual bleeding doesn't stop after you've taken testosterone for several months, your healthcare provider might recommend that you take medicine to stop it. Some of the physical changes caused by masculinizing hormone therapy can be reversed if you stop taking testosterone. Others, such as deeper voice, a larger clitoris, scalp hair loss, and increased body and facial hair, cannot be reversed. Transgender people face staggering levels of poverty, discrimination, and violence. In 2016, 27 transgender people were killed. Since January 1st, 2017, 8 transgender women of color have been murdered. According to the 2015 U.S. Trans Survey, a report by the National Center for Transgender Equality, it says 29% of transgender people live in poverty compared to 14% of the general population. 30% of transgender people report being homeless at some point in their lives, with 12% saying it within the past 12 months. Yeah. Transgender people experience unemployment at 3 times the rate of the general population, with rates for people of color up to 4 times the national unemployment rate. God damn, that's a lot. 30% of transgender people report being fired, denied a promotion, or experienced mistreatment in the workplace due to their gender identity in the past 12 months. It is a lot of places out here. I think it was Chick-fil-A that had a run-in with that. They was doing something like that. 31% of transgender people experienced mistreatment in the past year in a place of public accommodation, including 14% who were denied equal service, 24% who were verbally harassed, and 2% who were physically attacked because they were transgender. 40% of respondents reported attempting suicide in their lifetime, nearly 9 times the attempted suicide rate in the United States is 4.6%. Yeah.
9 times out of 10, I feel like the people that mistreat transgender people does that because they're jealous and envious, or they want to be them, like, I just don't see you just being like that. Just me being in the world myself and living life, meeting people and going here and there, like, it never made me feel like I gotta have any hatred towards anybody because of how they present themselves or their sexuality or anything. Like, I just don't get it. People don't even give people a chance to be themselves because with them be the people that show the most love. You know, a lot of people out the LGBTQ community, they show a lot of love, support, you know, all that. Like, hell, if it weren't for a lot of them, fashion probably wouldn't be what it is. And that's what I'm saying, a lot of top name brands, Dolce & Gabbana, Michael Kors, all them people, they're in the LGBTQ community, you know, and they made it, you know, and they made a way for their community. You know, and I so I hate them. They give they people a release of therapy, how to express themselves and everything, and stand up and still be them. Like, I just don't get it. I want to read this. It doesn't matter what someone's name used to be. If they don't use it, you don't either.
What else? So transgender people, particularly transgender women of color, face shockingly high rates of murder, homelessness, and incarceration. Most states and countries offer no legal protection in housing, employment, health care, and other areas where individuals experience discrimination based on their gender identity or expression. That's crazy. This world is just, I don't know.
There's a lot of hatred because a lot of people are still ashamed to be who they are. I really truly feel like a lot of people that be so hateful towards the community is because it's a part of them. Like they said, this stuff been around. That's like incest been around. Like it's all a cycle in life, you know. So it's like just as well as you would look at racism, why is it still even going on? Why is judgment towards the LGBTQ community still going on? Let people be who they are. Let them express themselves. If it was a lot more real men in the world, there probably wouldn't even be a lot of these type of things going on as well too. But you got undercover people that's not open, and then mad because they are intertwining with in things, and then they end up having kids and stuff, and their kids is outright this, and now they ashamed, or they trying to beat their kids or manipulate their kids into being this way and that way. Like, this is all just be too much at times.
Alright. I just wanted to read a few facts about trans youth. It said how many kids are transgender. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, almost 2% of high school students identify as transgender. This is applied to all youth. This means there are at least 1.3 million plus trans youth ages 0 to 17. It said, why is family acceptance so important? Research shows that trans youth with supportive families experience 52% decrease in recent suicidal thoughts and 46% decrease in suicide attempts. Significant increases in self-esteem and general health. But only 27% of trans youth says their family are very supportive. Fewer than half, which is 43%, say they have an adult in their family they could turn to if they felt sad or worried. That's crazy.
So sometimes it matters to be able to put your pride to the side and your emotion to the side and just be there for somebody.
Right.
You know, sometimes you don't have to even give advice. You can just let people vent. It's a lot of people take personal feelings behind people venting or reaching out for help, but sometimes you just gotta just set that to the side and just give them a moment and give them what they need. And most of the time it's love. Let me know everything gonna be okay. Let me know that I will get over it. That this moment will pass and there's something else better, that I can gain out of going through these trials and tribulations that I'm going through. Don't just sit there and watch me go through it and just make me feel like it's gonna always be bad or whatever. Like, because everywhere you go, it's not hateful people towards the LGBTQ community. But you're gonna come across that. That's just like when you working, you're gonna come across discrimination. You're gonna come across all type of things, racism. But knowing how to just keep pushing through. Sometimes people don't know how, and they need that help to know which way to go. They need a little bit of guidance, and that's kind of like the point of this podcast here, to help others, help people who need to hear that somebody cares, and that somebody else is going through the same thing you're going through. Do not give up.
Alright. I was saying, how can families support their trans child? I feel like this should be able to help people in general, not just the child, but transgenders in general. It said, like she was saying, express love and support, including respecting their chosen name and correct pronouns, allowing them to choose their clothes and hairstyle, allowing them to choose their toys and activities. It says, this helps children know that there are adults who love and support them, especially important for when they experience negative reactions outside the family. Preventing trans youth from seeing other trans youth or participating in related activities can increase isolation and risk factors. Therefore, this should be avoided. Man, that's the truth. The more strict you are, the more stuff they gonna do.
I'm trying to figure out why you don't want them to do it.
Right. And then you're gonna be wondering why stuff happened. It's because you was putting a limit to what they can do or how they should dress. Like, you telling them how to dress, that's gonna make them feel down and want to isolate themselves or don't want to be bothered with nobody. That's what would be wrong with some parents today. Like, y'all don't listen to y'all children, or just in general, like, people don't listen to others. Like, you just gotta pay attention and listen to what people tell you. You don't always gotta respond back.
And I hate that about parents that don't allow their kids to express themselves, because you can't make me be who you want me to be.
Power off. Power on.
I gotta be able to learn myself.
Bluetooth connected.
As a child, and be able to express, and it starts at home. So if I can express myself to my family and be open and be me, what's gonna make me be comfortable enough to go out into the world and be like that? If my people just down to me. Y'all supposed to be the most supportive people around me, because y'all supposed to believe in me no matter what it is that I'm choosing to do.
Some other facts about trans people is that more than 40% of transgender people have attempted suicide at least once. And then it says 5 in 10 transgender people have experienced harassment in a school setting.
I feel like that's because of lack of education in the home.
Yeah, that too. I mean, it can be a number of things, but that's where it started at.
It definitely does. I mean, as a parent, you have to let your kids know things is going to be different outside of the box you have always been. You're going to experience different things. But just because it's different doesn't mean you have to be against it or you have to be judgmental about it, because you can learn a lot from just about anything if you give it a chance.
Right. True that. Some other facts is it says up to 11 in 100 Australians may have a diverse sexual orientation, sex, or gender identity. In 2011, there were 6,300 children living in same-sex couple families. 9 in 10 are in female same-sex couple families. From 1996 to 2011, it says the reported number of same-sex couples has more than tripled between those years. 1.7% of children born in Australia are estimated to be intersex. I didn't know that. It says percentage of LGBTI people who hide their sexuality or gender identity at certain events accessing services is 34%. Social and community events is 42%. And work is 39%.
You shouldn't have to hide who you are. You should just be able to be bodacious and be who you are. Period.
80% of homophobic bullying occurs at school. And that's crazy. Like we were saying, it started at home. You gotta teach your child the correct things. Like, don't be telling them to go to school and do wrong things, say the wrong stuff. Because it's still gonna affect their life. It's not your life that it's affecting. It's gonna be theirs. Because what if they get kicked out, like expelled or something? Then you gotta sit up there and worry about what school you can get them in and finish them off in school. And just make sure y'all educating y'all children. It says gay, lesbian, bisexual, and transgender people are 3 times more likely to experience depression. 6 in 10 experience verbal homophobic abuse. 2 in 10 experience physical homophobic abuse. And 1 in 10 experience other types of homophobia. Transgender men and women experience significantly higher rates of non-physical and physical abuse compared with gay men and women. So it says the percentage of gay and transgender people who experienced verbal abuse in 2012. For gay men, it was 26%. For gay women, it was 23%. For trans men, it's 47%. And for trans women, it's 37%.
Oh, wow.
That's crazy. So that means the numbers probably would have doubled because it's been a lot of killings, especially with transgenders. That's crazy. It says 3 ways to be informed, to be an informed advocate to transgender people. 1.4 million trans adults live in the USA. That's nearly the same as the total population of Phoenix, Arizona. Damn. The number one, it says, know the terminology. Number 1, transgender, describe a person whose gender doesn't match the sex they were assigned at birth. Transgender, trans is not a sexual orientation. Trans people may be heterosexual, gay, lesbian, bisexual, or queer. Cisgender describes people with a gender that aligns with the sex they were assigned at birth. Non-binary, when someone identifies outside of male or female. Some non-binary people identify as transgender. And intersex, describe a person whose sex-related characteristic doesn't align all typically male or all typically female. Number 2, recognize the humanity. Don't ask personal information about a transgender person's body or medical care. Don't out trans people as trans without their permission. Do model the language a person uses for themselves. Number 3, know the issues
transgender people face discrimination obtaining accurate identification documents such as driver license and passport. 1 in 5 trans people report being refused medical care that they need. 78% of trans people experience harassment in a K through 12 setting. Yeah. 31 states lacks explicit legal protection for trans people. Trans rights are human rights. In 2016, more than 50 bills targeting transgender people were proposed in 16 states. Almost all of them have been defeated. That's crazy. Tell ya, it'd be a lot of stuff that y'all don't know about transgender. Like, go through a lot. You may think we don't, but we definitely do. But that's all I got for that part. You got anything else to add? Anything you experienced?
I mean, I experienced a lot of stuff myself.
Well, witness, I mean,
I think a lot of people treat people crazy. I actually have a trans female friend myself come to school with, and she fought a lot when she dressed as a he because her mom didn't provide those type of clothes in school. So, but she did hair, so even though she dressed like a boy, she still had her hair popped and everything like that. So they used to call her booty butt. She ain't play no games. None. But believe it or not, if I go on her Instagram right now, a lot of straight men that I know is following her page. So, so it's funny to me. And a lot of them went to school with us and everything. So I laugh at it because, like I said, most people are envious about the situation because this is a part of who they are. Mm-hmm. And they're ashamed. And it's like, we can't help how we feel, who we love, so it's just, everybody should just respect people for who they are, no matter what your opinion is. Opinions is like assholes, everybody got them, so it's best to just accept people for who they are.
Okay. Well, I hope y'all learned some stuff. If y'all was listening to the songs I was playing, those songs are from people that was transgender, female and male. Those were their, particularly their songs. Y'all know Lady Gaga, how that was. I know when I was coming up in high school, they used to clown her because they used to be like, she got a penis, but she dressing like a girl. What does that tell y'all? Like, I'm just making y'all own assumptions about people making up they right. Like, don't go ruining something they got going on because you ain't comfortable with your life. That don't mean you got to go and ruin somebody else's life or make them feel down. Like, I don't know. I just feel like, for me, I just like helping others succeed and be happy at what they want to do and supporting them and motivating them. But I know how the world is. But that's all I got for y'all. They're gonna play a song before I get into my last little bit and we get up out of here. Thank everybody for sticking with us. I told y'all this was gonna be kind of one of the long ones too, just because of the topic. And some people needed to be educated on this topic. A lot of people need to, actually. They don't know about trans, so. I appreciate all of y'all that was sticking in with us.
He'll be cash money till the death of him. The ground shall break when they bury him. Bury him. I know one day they gotta bury him. Better lock my casket tight, baby, so I don't let the devil in. People, it's just me and my guitar. Yeah, bitch, I'm heavy metal, and you can get the fucking lead zeppelin. Niggas is bitches, I think they full of estrogen. And we hold court and take your life for a settlement. Yes, I'm the best. And no, I ain't positive, I'm definite. I know the game like I'm repping it. This is the God of 3, the New Testament. And I'm the God, and this is what I bless them with. Bitch, I'm me, I'm me, I'm me, I'm me, baby, I'm me. So who you? You're not me, you're not me. And I know that ain't fair, but I don't care. I'm a motherfucking cash money millionaire. I know that ain't fair, but I don't care. I'm a motherfucking cash money millionaire. Junior. It's cash money over everything. It's in my blood, I feel it running in every vein. I'm from the mud, I am a missile like a stud. What's really good, I'm about that ruckus like bud. And I stay on my flow at cash money like a rug. Tied to the fucking Birdman like a love. And dear Mr. Ronald Williams, to you I shall forever give thanks like a pilgrim. Cash money million, heir to the throne. Going at their heads like hair in a comb. Sitting by the window, I just stare at the stone. Know I might get through it like hair in a comb. Y'all money over bitches, my niggas trust my senses. And I will take a dasher as the Lord is my witness. And you all have witnessed, but I am not finished. So keep your mouth closed and let your eyes listen. Bitch, I'm me, I'm me, I'm me, baby, I'm me. So who you? You're not me, you're not me. And I know that ain't fair, but I don't care. I'm a motherfucking cash money millionaire. I know that ain't fair, but I don't care. I'm still a motherfucking cash money millionaire. Bitch.
Hey. Alrighty. Before we get up out of here, we gonna read a few things for y'all before we play this last song.
I used to think that communication was key until I realized comprehension is. You can communicate all you want to someone, but if they don't understand you, it won't reach them the way you need it to. Thanks for tuning in with Queens and Queens today. Hope y'all enjoyed the podcast. I'm out.
Last thing I want to mention is, for those of y'all that's tuning in, working on this next YouTube video. It's gonna be a New Year's one. We got 3 questions that we trying to get people to answer. Like, record yourself responding to the questions, keeping it under 3 minutes. If you participate in this, it's gonna enter y'all into the earn a raffle ticket for a bundle. Those of y'all that been on here, I've been talking about the clothing line that's gonna be starting in March, but we gonna come up with a bundle. It might be 2 shirts and a hat or something, but we gonna raffle a bundle off. It's gonna be from the clothing line Queens and Queens Customization. If you win the raffle, you'll get that bundle. So the questions we got to be answered in, it says the first question is, what is something you can change in 2024? The second one is, give us 3 things you can say to or do with a stranger, friend, or family member in a positive way. And then the last one says, in 2024, I encourage you to do one of the 3 things what would it be and why? So the 3 things is volunteer, donate, or help a stranger. You gotta choose one of those and explain why you chose that one. If you want to participate in that video, you can send me your response. It's like basically like a Snapchat video, Messenger video from Facebook. Recording your answers. It's due by the 30th of this month, so if y'all want to participate, just let me know so I can write your name down and, send out reminders so that way I had everybody's videos in time to post it. This flyer is posted on all platforms, so if you need to see it again, just go look on the platforms. If you know anybody that want to do the video, just send them the flyer and then tell them to inbox us on one of the platforms. You can get that flyer on the platforms as well. I'm going to post it with this after we done with this podcast. So that's what I just want y'all to do. Powerful words for the day. It says, keep smiling. Because of your smile, you make life more beautiful. Smiling does make your life beautiful, and it also makes somebody else's life beautiful. Like if you having a conversation with them and smiling, like they gonna think like you like got a good mindset, and like you always like in a cheerful mode, positive mode. It helps a lot. That's all I really got for y'all today. Thank everybody for tuning in. Taking the time out y'all day. I know some people be working, some people be having kids that they gotta take care of, so I appreciate everybody for tuning in with us. This would make 22. So we got like 8 more to go to the 30th. On the 30th I said we gonna turn up, so that's gonna be a live one. Whether it's a guest or an individual, it's gonna be one that's gonna be where you can see my face, because we gotta turn up for that one. That's 30 podcasts since I first started. I first started on the 25th of September. It's December now. So, it's progress. It's a lot of progress since then. And, the YouTube gonna get there as well. If y'all want to view the podcast, I know the last few of the podcasts have been attached to there. I got to get the older ones on there. But you can go view the podcast on any of those sites that I put on the flyer after this. The guest podcast has been postponed to January 11th, so make sure y'all tune in for that one. It's going to be the entrepreneurship. I know I talked to y'all Monday about it. But you got to go to work, So, we're going to try to get 2 more people on that one. So, make sure y'all tune in on January 11th. That's a Thursday, so it's going to be 6:30, 6:45. Y'all know Mondays is 6 and 6:30. That's the next podcast is Monday. I think we're going to be talking about music. Yeah, music. So make sure y'all tune in. Go follow us on all platforms. Want to be a brand ambassador, hit us up. You want to be a guest, hit us up. You got any questions you need answered outside of this, you can always inbox us. We'll answer them as we get to them. Setting big trends. I give a shout out to my secretary, because she wasn't feeling good, but she still came and helped me with the podcast.
Still missing my schoolwork.
But yeah, I had to shout out to her. Thank y'all for tuning in. I'm gonna play this last song and get up out of here. I appreciate y'all.
Six niggas straight cook, you motherfucker. Broke like Jock. Fuck with that dog like Vic. Not that rock, that pit. Commented out of my sock, can't hold my Glock. Reason I don't really like that shit. Young turn nigga can't wipe no bitch. Excuse my French, don't like no bitch. Limo 10 on fat, my car, yeah, I had it hurt. So my bitch broke bad, I ain't had her hurt. Yeah, that's us. Two-tone AP, yeah, I'm bust. Got to hear from her, ain't even wanna fuck. Why? Slut, bye. Nothing on me from sex, everything revive. Old nigga told on bro, shit dad. No, he ain't Kim, though, he ain't try. Still up at my last room, nice in the hood. Take who chain, no, bitch, not good. Probably in some fans with a Glock in the hood. Course that takes spell a walk on the wood. First turn nigga from the hood, they curious. Spoiled car about 5 and jury. I get the comments with number that's period. I got your B on and put on the mirror. First young nigga in the A2 land on a 14 mil, started 14 grams. Dope boy diggies and diamonds and 10. You shouldn't play with that boy, he is not one of them. Bro, I kept taking L's, finally got me an M. Still make a double, I don't call what I spin. S550 2018. Gotta come 20 if you hopping in the bin. Y'all turn in from the D to the A. I'm rocking with the line. Yeah, I'm rocking with the braid. Yeah, we pay. Yeah, we pay. I'ma turn it up a little more this time. Used to jump back in, now I got it on dry. I had a spot like a varsity. Whether you had it by 20, I front what you got. I put on drip, I believe I can fly. Niggas know that I'm rich, but they know how to try. I had a show in Detroit and I started reviving. Spent 50 on all of the guys. All of these hoes and these stores make commission. And plus I'ma tip them, they holding my side. Get in your car and just put on your flashes and follow the hearse. And you say you gon' rap, so somebody gon' die if they fuck with us. Turn a 5 to a dime, that's a double up. Fuck around, walk the church on my double cut. This shit that happen, I'm praying, I give it up. Take a stay with the wood, make them give it up. No, I ran through a meal every week off of weed. Bro, beat the chat, I can give me some street. Got it back in the pickup, I won't even leave. Run it up, fuck around, get a vet. DT, keep a hot boy with me, I got love for BG. Chasing his papers in 12 or 13, running around in these streets, it was me and Marquise. First turn nigga from the hood, they curious. Spoiled car about 5 and jury. I get the comments with number that's period. I got your B on and put on the mirrors. First young nigga in the A2 land on a 14 mil, started 14 grams. Dope boy diggies and diamonds and 10. You shouldn't play with that boy, he is not one of them. Bro, I kept taking L's, finally got me an M. Still making double, I don't call what I spin. S550 2018. Gotta come 20 if you hopping in the bin. Y'all turn in from the D to the A. I rock with the line. Yeah, I'm rocking with the braid. Yeah, we pay. Yeah, we pay. First turn in from the hood, they curious. Spoiled car about 5 and jury. I get the comments with number that's serious. I got your B on one, put on the mirror. First young nigga in the A2 land on a 14 mil, started 14 grams. Dope boy diggies and diamonds and 10. You shouldn't play with that boy, he is not one of them. I kept taking L's, finally got me an M. Still making double, I don't call what I spin. S550 2018. Gotta come 20 if you hopping in the bin. Y'all turn in from the D to the A. I rock with the line. Yeah, I'm rocking with the braids. Yeah, we pay. Yeah, we pay.
We pay, little nigga. Big gangster. Alrighty, y'all. We gonna get up out of
Hi,
here.
everyone. I'm here today to talk about Bigo Live. Bigo.
Look, they over here talking about Bigo and we on Bigo. But thank everybody for tuning in. I'll see y'all on Monday. And we out.